When her location stopped updating at 8:17 p.m., my stomach turned cold. I stared at the gray circle beside her name on the map, waiting for it to flicker green again. Nothing. Just silence, that digital kind of silence that screams louder than sound. "Stop checking my location, it's controlling," she'd said last week, her voice sharp but trembling. I promised to stop. I really meant it. But tonight, when she said she was out with Mia, something in me itched, the kind of itch you can't scratch away with trust alone. Now the map showed nothing. No name. No movement. Just a void. I told myself to breathe. Maybe her phone died. Maybe she turned off tracking by mistake. But deep down I knew. People don't accidentally vanish at the exact moment you stop checking. I opened our texts again, reading the last one she sent. Her. "Love you. Don't wait up." No emoji. No warmth. Just that. I tried calling. It went straight to voicemail. Something cracked open inside me then. Not panic, but a slow, gnawing dread that felt too familiar. We'd been together 3 years. 3 years of morning coffee kisses, shared playlists, late-night laughter. But lately she'd been distant. Her phone always face down, her smile delayed when I spoke, her scent different, sharper, like she'd started wearing a perfume she didn't tell me about. I noticed the shift the night I saw a reflection in her eyes while she texted. A faint grin. That kind of grin you give someone who still makes your heart flutter. When I asked who she was talking to, she said, "Just Mia. Always Mia." So I met Mia, the real Mia, at a mutual friend's party last month. She was lovely. And she didn't know a thing about my girlfriend's supposed girls' nights. At 9:03 p.m. I got a notification. Shared album updated. Weekend memories. I clicked it without thinking. There she was, my girlfriend, in a dimly lit restaurant. Candlelight reflecting off her wine glass. She looked radiant. Her smile was effortless, her eyes soft. Across from her, in the corner of the frame, the photographer's reflection showed in the mirror. A man's hand holding a phone. My chest went tight. I zoomed in. The sleeve, the ring, the watch. None of it was familiar. I didn't text her. I just stared at the photo until the background started to blur from the tears I refused to admit were there. The next morning she came home smelling like cologne. Not mine. She kissed my cheek lightly, pretending nothing was wrong. I could almost feel her guilt sliding against my skin like cold air. "Morning," she said softly, hanging her coat. "Why are you up so early?" "Couldn't sleep," I said, watching her move around the kitchen like a stranger rehearsing normalcy. "How was Mia's?" She froze for just a second. Barely noticeable. Then she smiled. "Good. We just talked. Needed girl time." I nodded slowly, letting her words hang between us like smoke. That day, I did something I shouldn't have. Or maybe something I should have done sooner. I logged into our shared cloud. Not to invade, I told myself. To understand. There was a new folder. Work trips. I'd never seen it before. Inside were photos. Not work. Not trips. Her laughing in a hotel bed. A man's shoulder beside her. His tattoo visible, curling up his arm. The same tattoo I'd seen in that reflection at the restaurant. The air left my lungs. My hands shook as I closed the laptop. My body went cold, then hot, then numb again. I waited for anger. For something fiery and loud. But all I felt was quiet. The kind of quiet that follows a car crash, where everything slows down and you can hear your heart trying to make sense of what's left. That evening she came home again. "Ting normal. Ting mine." "Dinner?" she asked, pulling pasta from the cabinet. "Sure," I said. My voice didn't sound like mine. She turned on music, the playlist we made together last year. Our song came on, and she hummed softly, stirring the pot, her back turned to me. I stood there, watching her shoulders move, her hair falling down the way I used to love. And I realized something terrible. I didn't hate her. Not yet. I wanted to. But love doesn't vanish with proof. It just turns into something darker, heavier, harder to name. "Hey," I said quietly. She looked up. "Yeah. Who's he?" The spoon slipped from her hand. Clattered against the floor. She didn't answer right away. Just stared at me, eyes wide, lips trembling slightly. "Don't," she whispered. "Please don't do this now." "Then when?" I asked. "When you're done pretending." Tears filled her eyes. "It wasn't supposed to happen. I was lonely. You were always watching, tracking, controlling." My chest tightened. "You asked me to stop checking because you were hiding him." She didn't deny it. "He just broke. I thought I could love you again if I ended it," she said, voice shaking. "But every time you stopped asking where I was, it just made it easier to go back." Her words hit me harder than the betrayal itself. She'd wanted my trust, not to heal us but to disappear into someone else. I left that night. Didn't shout. Didn't beg. I just walked out, leaving the pasta half-cooked and the music still playing. In the car, I opened my phone and deleted her location for good. No circles. No gray dots. No digital ghost. Just silence again. But this time it was mine. Weeks later I got another notification. Shared album. Old memories. She'd added new photos. Us smiling, laughing, pretending. Maybe she wanted to remind me what we'd lost. But I didn't open them. Because now I finally understood. Checking her location never controlled her. It only kept me from realizing how far away she'd already gone.